your mint and go get your phone. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 67th Commencement Exercises of Merrimack College. Please be aware of your closest exits in case of emergency. There are 2 exits to the side of the arena and 2 exits at the rear of the arena. I declare the 67th Commencement Exercises of Merrimack College open. Please rise if you're not already risen. Father Raymond DeLugos of the Order of St. Augustine, Vice President of Mission and Student Affairs, will deliver the invocation.
With St. Augustine we pray. Great are you, O God, and worthy of praise. How limitless is your power, how immeasurable your ways of wisdom. You have made us so that we long for you, and our hearts are restless until they rest in you. We ask you this morning, O God, to send forth your spirit of love upon us as we celebrate this commencement exercise. Allow our pride in the accomplishments and achievements of the class of 2017 to culminate in gratitude to you and love for one another. We thank you for entrusting the care, learning, and growth of these men and women to this community. Continue to accompany them on their ongoing journey to know themselves and to know you. Guide them on their search for truth and wisdom. Inspire and empower them to serve the human community with their gifts and generous spirits. Bless the families and friends who have come to join in this celebration today. May the sacrifices they have made be repaid in abundance. Continue to bless this college with your presence and wisdom so that we may always search for you, find you loving us, and honor you through love and service to each other. We ask this in the name of Jesus, our brother, Christ, our teacher. Amen.
Amen.
Please remain standing and join us in singing the national anthem, led by the commencement singers, directed by Dr. Hugh Hinton. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor to present the 8th President of Merrimack College, Dr. Christopher E. Hopi.
Thank you, Chief Marshal Monica Napolitano. It is my pleasure to welcome you all, parents, family, friends, members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, campus leaders, and most importantly, the class of 2017. This is a special moment in each of your lives, and together we celebrate your success. Today marks the culmination of your hard work and your time here at Merrimack. We know you do not travel this road alone. Each of you has been encouraged, advised, and sustained by many others on this journey. Parents, families, friends, spouses, faculty, and colleagues, we thank you for everything you have done to ensure these students are here today. Students, please rise and join me in applauding all those who have made this day possible for you. Please be seated. Class of 2017, during your time at Merrimack, you have found a new home on campus. You have forged relationships with professors and peers. You have fashioned lifelong bonds with classmates and teammates. And you have formed the basis of your personal and professional lives. I have been privileged to hear from so many of you the stories of joys, struggles, tears, and triumphs of your years here. Every year, the college chooses one student to tell his or her story on behalf of the graduating class. A student who embodies the best of Merrimack. To introduce this year's student speaker, I call to the lectern once again Father Raymond DeLugos.
Thank you, President Hopi. Today's student speaker is a scholar and a leader. Jenna Coviello from West Boylston, Massachusetts, is an Austin Scholar and the recipient of the William J. Murray OSA Medal. A communication and media major, she has been a student ambassador, an intramural supervisor, and a member of the orientation committee. Her passion for social justice has inspired her to take part in alternative spring break experiences, both domestically and abroad. She intends to continue her education with a master's program in communication studies. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce this year's student commencement speaker, Jenna Coviello.
So when I was preparing this speech, one of the biggest things that was going through my mind the entire time was back in high school when I was giving my first big public speech. My dad had said to me, the absolute worst thing that could possibly happen is that you pass out on stage and you're unconscious, and they have to bring a stretcher onto the stage and take you out on the stretcher. So as long as that doesn't happen, this is a win in my book. Thank you to President Hopi and the Commencement Committee for this incredible honor to speak in front of all of you today. I would also like to thank Mr. Kenneth Cole for joining us today on one of the biggest days of our lives to share wise words with us. Thank you to the faculty and staff who were with us every step of the way as we grew from anxious, quiet freshmen to, well, graduating seniors with a slight sense of impending doom of the real world. To my family, friends, professors, and my advisor, Andrew Tollison, You are all the reason I stand on this stage today. You helped mold me into the person I am and push me to strive to be the person I am meant to be. Especially to my mom and dad, you are the main reason why I am here. Without you, these best 4 years would not have been possible. And my gratitude is not something I can put into words other than, I love you so much. And finally, to my fellow graduates, thank you for being part of this journey and making Merrimack the fantastic place it is and always will be. I am blessed that I have been able to call Merrimack home for the last 4 years. But since my first year here, I started to realize just how fleeting time becomes. You enter freshman year and time feels like it has no chance of escaping you. You go to orientation, you attend your first athletic event, you join your first club, you go home for Thanksgiving or Christmas, and it feels so long since you've been home, the real home. Then spring semester starts and ends in a blink of an eye, and you're on to the next year. Over and over, we continue this pattern until we reach our final leg, and that's when it actually hits you. Nothing gold can stay. I read a book back when I was in the 8th grade, and perhaps you've heard of it before. The book is called The Outsiders, written by S.E. Hinton. And at one point in the book, the main character, Ponyboy, recites a poem written by none other than Robert Frost, whose statue sits just aside Mendel Bridge. He recites this poem to his friend Johnny as the sun rises. Nature's first green is gold, her hardest hue to hold. Her early leaf's a flower, but only so an hour. Then leaf subsides to leaf, so Eden sank to grief. So dawn goes down today. Nothing gold can stay. When you think back to when you were 13 and in the 8th grade, there may not be all that much that resonates in your mind. But this quote in this book did for me. I had forgotten about it, but when traveling on my final alternative spring break trip to Pine Ridge, South Dakota, I watched the sunset alongside a group of Merrimack students. My co-leader had said how beautiful the sight of it was, how it was amazing how the sun could set and vanish so quickly. And immediately, it seemed, all I could say in response was, nothing gold can stay. The next night, on our final evening before heading back home, a close friend of mine and I were texting back and forth when he asked me, "Are you sad you're leaving?" I thought about this question thoroughly. The question, though so simple, seemed to hold an incredibly challenging answer. I sat with the text message in front of me for a while before I could formulate a response that encapsulated enough of what I was feeling. I feel in an odd place, is the way I had started off my response. It was accompanied by the following. We sat silently outside tonight, in honestly almost the complete darkness, and it was the first time that I felt genuinely sad. The trip is over. It's done. It was such a long process, and then all of a sudden, it goes by in a second. But the last day is always my favorite day, because there is so much nostalgia and melancholy. And even though you tried your best to take in as many moments, small moments, as you could throughout the week, the last day is where you really start to do it and mean it. So there would be times where I would just stop and be present and just appreciate. So no, I'm not sad. I'm melancholy. I never want to wish my time away, but my time in South Dakota is done, as is my time doing alternative breaks at Merrimack. And that's okay. Every experience taught me something new, and I think this one taught me to appreciate the experiences I've had, because they're fleeting. Nothing gold can stay. But it doesn't have to be sad. It has to be appreciated. It has to be lived. I lived this week, and I experienced so many new things. It took me almost 9 years to truly appreciate what that little Robert Frost poem really meant. And now it has influenced my senior year, and honestly, it has meaning for my entire life thus far. Obviously, my story is different from every other person that sits here today. We have all had different experiences, failures, successes, friends gained, and friends lost. We have all felt at one point like we were on top of the world. We have all laughed harder and smiled bigger than ever before, just as we have all felt alone, lost, hopeless, and scared. I think today, as we sit here, we're all currently a little scared. Even if you have it all figured out, even if you have the worked out plan, the job you want, the top grad school you're attending, or the person of your dreams, we are all a little scared. Because Merrimack falls into that category of gold to all of us, to some extent, and soon it will just be part of our past. Being part of this Merrimack community makes you feel you are part of something very special and irreplaceable. We felt it when we stepped on the court, the field, the track, or the rink, whether it be as a varsity, club, or intramural athlete. We felt it when we were hanging out with our friends in a dorm, in Sparky's, in a party, or outside on one of the picnic tables. We felt it when we attended a student organization's meeting, worked at our on-campus job, or had a wonderful conversation with a faculty member. We even felt it in the classroom, during group projects, during midterms, during office hours, or late nights in the library. But nothing gold can stay. We appreciate the time we've spent here during the small moments when we stop for a second and realize that these 4 years will soon just be a memory. We can't help but feel sad that for many of us, our experience here at Merrimack will soon be over. But we can also look back on our experiences and feel pride, joy, and a sense of accomplishment. We have a lot to be proud of, class of 2017. We've come a long way from holding our MC-17 pins in our hands as Father Ray gave the blessing during our orientation in the NPR. Perhaps some of us never really expected we would reach the day where those pins would make it onto a graduation cap. How lucky we are now to be sitting alongside close friends who 4 years ago were no more than strangers. You have made it. Even if you are still uncertain of the future, today you stand tall. You have graduated college. You have earned your degree, and great opportunities and new experiences await you. Not every moment was gold, but every moment leading up to this one, right now, helped grow and shape us into who we are today, each with our own personal story. Hopefully, our experiences, friendships, and hard work of 4 years leave a positive influence on those that will follow us. Although we may leave the Merrimack campus behind, the Merrimack experiences, values, friendships, and memories we will take with us. Nothing gold can stay. We cannot stay. But there is a part of my heart that will be left here, because for the last 4 years, this truly was home. I'm honored to share it with all of you. Congratulations, class of 2017.
Thank you, Jenna, for those thoughtful remarks and wonderful speech. You represent the very best of this outstanding class, and I look forward to your lifelong engagement as a member of the Merrimack College community. Now, I have the honor of introducing this year's commencement speaker, Kenneth Cole. Mr. Cole is Chairman and Chief Creative Officer of Kenneth Cole Productions, a lifestyle collection manufacturer including apparel, footwear, and accessories. He is the owner and visionary of brands Kenneth Cole New York, Reaction Kenneth Cole, and Unlisted. But his passion and vision extends beyond his successful enterprises. He has used that success to serve those in need, especially those suffering from AIDS or from homelessness. With both of his treasure, his time, and his tireless advocacy, he has made a big difference in the world. It gives me great honor to introduce Merrimack's 67th commencement speaker, Kenneth Cole.
Thank you, Excuse me. Thank you for that generously embellished and only mildly overstated introduction. Thank you, President Hopi, trustees, faculty, family, and friends. Congratulations to Jenna, and congratulations to my fellow honorees, as well as to the graduating class of 2017. Merrimack is known as an esteemed institution with a noble mission to enlighten minds, engage hearts, and empower lives. And I'm particularly inspired by its goals to prepare students to adapt creatively to tomorrow's realities, to build a community of scholars welcoming and respecting a diversity of backgrounds, beliefs, and perspectives, and to cultivate the intellectual, spiritual, and personal awareness needed to make wise choices for life, career, and service, which I know they take seriously. I once read that canaries are born with a physiological ability to sing beautiful songs, but without a mentor of some kind, in this case, and usually another canary, to show them how to use that God-given gift, they're likely to grow up never singing at all. Merrimack has clearly taught many to stand tall, speak out, and to one day be heard to the benefit of the whole community. I'm also assured that Merrimack has a reputation of making sound and progressive decisions regardless of its choice of this year's commencement speaker. That said, I am honored to have been invited to address you today and to be part of Merrimack 2017. But first, a couple of disclaimers. As you heard, I'm not a public speaker. I have a day job. I sell stuff, sometimes more than others, in lots of colors and in lots of places. But this is a privilege that I very much look forward to. But now, graduates, as you also heard, today is not only about you. I also feel compelled to acknowledge those who truly made this day possible, your parents and loved ones. They put up with you for 20 some odd years, holding your hand when they weren't holding their breath. And as a parent myself, I assure you, I suggest that you give them the credit for this milestone, because I assure you they're going to take it anyway. I understand that part of this process is to try to help you connect the dots, to make sense of the senseless, and offer you some advice as to how best to navigate what lies ahead. A bit more formidable a task since I accepted this assignment just a few months ago. To begin with, however, I want to establish my credentials to be doing this. I was once in your shoes. When I was in college, I took the easiest classes I could. I got okay grades, drank some beer, smoked some pot for medicinal purposes, and probably still learned more than I intended to. But that was a different time and place. Right now, as we speak, tens of thousands of new graduates are commencing, just like you are, from colleges across the country. And I can assure you that they are also trying to figure out what it all means and how they too will distinguish themselves in what we are all experiencing to be a very convoluted and unpredictable world. But as Merrimack graduates, you have already learned to stay true to your values and think independently and outside the box. That said, given what I do for a living, I'm rather amused looking at what all of us adults, I use that term loosely, are wearing. The exact same shapeless gowns. Actually, the exact same unflattering shapeless gowns, right out of Harry Potter. And for you, silly, flat, square hats. Ironically, the only thing distinguishing each of us from one another was our individual choice of what we wore below the ankles. So that must be why I was chosen to address you. Before I specifically address your situation, I thought I'd tell you briefly how I began the journey that brought me here today, and how I got from being in your shoes to mine. I just ask that before you sit in judgment of what I'm about to say, that you please consider the wisdom of a favorite adage of mine. Before you judge somebody, walk a mile in their shoes, preferably mine. And then if you don't like them, you're a mile away and you have their shoes. I started my business in the early 80s, when I was 11. With a little bit of money and not a lot of time. I knew that most startup businesses fail in their first year because they run out of money before they are able to create cash flow. I needed to get started, but first had to decide on a name because I needed to create business cards and stationery and register for a trade show as soon as I could. I couldn't take a chance of registering a made-up name, only to find out months later it wasn't valid, because there was no Google in those days, the ancient days. So I used the one my parents had come up with 20-some-odd years prior, as I knew one usually could get their own name registered. I ran to Italy, knowing I had a better chance of getting credit from an Italian shoe factory that needed business than from an American bank that didn't. I came back with a collection of ladies' shoes and needed to make plans to sell them. In the shoe business at the time, there were basically two options. I could take a room at the Hilton Hotel, the shoe show, along with about 1,100 other companies, 30 floors, 30-some-odd companies per floor, and stand to likely get lost in the crowd, all at a cost I couldn't afford anyway. The other choice was to present myself in a big fancy showroom in a 2 or 3 block radius of the Hilton Hotel. For either, I didn't have the time or the money. So I asked a friend in the trucking business, if I could figure out how to park one of your 40-foot trailers across the street from the Hilton Hotel, would you lend it to me? His response was something to the effect, of course, but this is New York, jerk. You can't park a bicycle for 10 minutes on a midtown street, let alone a truck for 3 days. And I said, if I could figure out, would you lend it to me? He says, if you could figure it out, I'll help you decorate it. I then called the mayor's office, it was Mayor Koch at the time, and I inquired as to how one got permission to park a 40-foot trailer on the corner of 6th Avenue and 56th Street. The answer is, son, they don't. He went on to explain that you could get permission only if you were a utility company servicing the streets like Con Ed or AT&T, or if you were a production company shooting a full-length motion picture, as New York was in the midst of an I Love New York campaign then and probably still today. So that afternoon, I went to the stationery store and changed the company from Kenneth Cole Inc. to Kenneth Cole Productions, Inc. And the following morning, I filed for a permit to shoot a full-length motion picture called The Birth of a Shoe Company. We opened for business a week later on the corner of 56th Street and 6th Avenue. We had 2 New York policemen as our doormen, compliments of our fine mayor. models that aspired to act, stanchions, Klieg lights, and a director. Sometimes there was film in his camera, sometimes there wasn't. In 3.5 days, we saw every important buyer. The more important they were, the longer we had them wait. We sold 40,000 pair of shoes, and we were off and running, literally. I continue to tell that story because it reminds us of the importance of resourcefulness and that the best solutions are usually not the most expensive, but the most creative. To this day, the company is still Kenneth Cole Productions, and until recently traded on the New York Stock Exchange under the symbol KCP. My business quickly grew, consuming all of my time and energy, and the demands and sacrifices were infinite. However, I used to often struggle with its significance. I used to remind my associates frequently that no one actually needs what we sell, which is very humbling. In fact, if every shoe store in America closed its doors this afternoon, hardly an American would go barefoot for 16 years. Few women need another pair of black shoes. Few men need another white shirt, or maybe in this case, torn jeans. But our job was to make them think they did, glad they thought it, and think it again. My struggle was how to make it relevant and meaningful. I realized that if I could make it part somehow of something that was important in and of itself, then it would become important for myself, my associates, and my customers. In 1985, there was a pervasive consciousness in this country that inspired initiatives such as Hands Across America, Farm Aid, We Are the World, that addressed pervasive hunger, mostly in Africa. However, there was a dark, looming cloud at home that no one was speaking about. It was a virus that came to be known as AIDS. It was a frightening new virus that was killing mostly young men at an alarming rate. AIDS was on everybody's minds, but not their lips. Ronald Reagan, who was president of the United States at the time, did not mention the word AIDS publicly until 1987, when 40,000 people had already died. If one spoke about it, they were presumed to be at risk, which meant they were either Haitian, an IV drug user, or gay. Being a single male designer, I knew everyone would naturally assume I was Haitian. But maybe because I wasn't a member of one of the at-risk communities, it was easier for me to speak out than others. I created a public service campaign to address pervasive stigma surrounding AIDS at the time, and specifically the fact that nobody was talking about it. The campaign was called For the Future of Our Children. It was shot by Annie Leibovitz and featured some of the world's most beautiful women and innocent children. Most people admire beautiful women and love most all children. We don't learn to dislike children until they grow up and we have to pay their college tuition. I learned of an organization that was committed to AIDS research called AMFAR that I could support. In 1987, I joined the board of AMFAR, the Foundation for AIDS Research, and 17 years later, I became its chairman, which I remain today. Since the 1980s, AMFAR has had a profound impact on the lives of millions of people who are still today living with HIV/AIDS. The whole experience changed me. It also changed my company and my brand in a profound way. I found that I was no longer just running a company with style, but rather a company with a conscience and a purpose. I had found a voice that has helped guide my journey ever since. For me, it became about not just what's on people's bodies, but what's on their minds, not just what they stand in, but what they stand for. I couldn't change the world alone, but I came to realize that I could at least be an accessory. As chairman of a public company, I began addressing and defending the question as to whether business and community should be independent. In fact, I came to realize that they are not just not independent, but interdependent, and they are the proverbial hand that feed each other. I believe all businesses will realize this, and if their hearts don't get them there, their balance sheets will, and hopefully the former. For us, it's been 35 years since we parked that 40-foot trailer on 6th Avenue. 35 years of addressing not just what people look like on the outside, but who they are on the inside. Ultimately, I believe that mine is a story of how a scrappy shoe company grew a social conscience and its business simultaneously. It's an example of how a company can use its valuable, limited resources, not just to create and sell products that it believes a community wants, but to do it while providing for what the community needs. It's a story about how to use whatever platform you have to make the difference you can. And finally, that a company can truly do well by doing good. Now, many decades later, we continue to look at what's shaping our future. And I will share a few of my observations, which are based on evidence-based analysis and only the most compelling fake news. So much of what you take for granted is going to change in what will seem like overnight. We are quickly becoming a global community, a borderless world. Virtual bridges are being built that can overcome any physical border wall. We will cure AIDS as well as most genetic diseases. And your grandchildren will likely live to be 150. If I'm wrong, please let me know. Augmented reality is now our reality. Artificial intelligence is changing the professional landscape. Before you know it, 50% of all jobs in your lifetime will be performed by machines. Most cars will become driverless. One day we will shake our heads in disbelief to think that we trusted our fragile lives to our imperfect human judgment. Eventually, drones will transport everyone, everywhere, even humans. Everything, everywhere. New business models are changing behaviors. Uber is a transportation company, but they don't own a car. Airbnb is an accommodation provider, but they don't own real estate. Facebook is a media platform, and they don't own the content. In this new sharing economy, you ride in someone else's car, stay in other people's homes, but hopefully you still buy and wear your own shoes. In the future, everything will interconnect, and everything will happen in real time. It's believed that all devices will be wired up to one giant circuit, becoming the Internet of Everything. Every time we routinely click on a link, we will divulge more information about ourselves to be shared by the virtual universe. Change is happening at a much greater pace than we have the ability to process or adapt to. In fact, it is said today that there are solutions everywhere looking for problems. Closer to home for me, fashion and design today are also becoming ubiquitous. All content, for that matter, is virtually ubiquitous. In fact, in this new world with an infinite array of options and alternatives, curation has become the king. People are turning to brands to help them curate content, and serve as a critical point of differentiation in a world filled with clutter. I used to believe that my job as a living manifestation of my brand was to convince everyone I could to embrace my brand. However, I have recently realized that social media has turned everyone into his or her own brand. And every day they curate their brand on their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram feeds. And not only do they curate their content, but they even curate their audience. And I've realized my goal today is to convince others to embrace my brand and to allow me to be part of theirs. In this dynamic, ever-changing world, I feel compelled to sum up some of this in the form of advice. First, be the creative alternative. As children, you are taught to draw within the lines, but the best solutions are usually found outside those lines. I urge you to shed those generic gowns and find your own trailer story. Second, embrace change, but don't be changed. Don't disconnect from what makes you, you. There is an information inundation which induces attention deprivation. Stay present. No easy task. Hold on to whatever idealism you may still have. You will need it. Have the courage and discipline to be the brand you would want to friend, like, post, pin, share, snap, tweet, and retweet. And third, learn to keep learning. In the last 4 years, you've probably learned a lot, perhaps also more than you intended. But I assure you that what you will need to realize the dreams that you will have, you haven't learned yet. Hopefully you've learned that. And finally, graduates, like that canary, it's time for you to use your God-given gifts, find your voice, and help others find theirs. So as you've learned here at Merrimack, go forth to enlighten minds, engage hearts, and empower lives. I thank you for your attention and for the privilege to share my thoughts with you on your special day. And I'd like to leave you with a favorite anecdote. It's a story of an old gentleman driving down the Massachusetts Turnpike one evening, and he gets a call from his hysterical wife who says that, honey, you better get home fast. I just heard on the radio that there is a lunatic on the same road you're on driving in the wrong direction. He paused and thought for a second, not wanting to alarm her unnecessarily, and finally said, darling, it's worse than that. There are hundreds of them. You should know that for much of my journey, I have felt a bit like that lunatic, and so might you. The lesson for graduates is that even if you find yourself going against traffic, you may still be heading in the right direction. So fasten your seatbelt, keep your eye on the road, and dress appropriately. Congratulations to the Merrimack graduating class of 2017.
Thank you, Mr. Cole, for those moving and passionate words of wisdom. Your message will will resonate and inspire these young men and women as they consider how to pursue service to the greater community. I thank you for the gift you have shared with us today. At commencement, we recognize not only all that you, our graduating seniors, have achieved as students, but also what you will accomplish as educated and engaged citizens of the world. Each year, the college invites a select few to become honorary members of the graduating class. Outstanding men and women who serve as examples to which we can all aspire. This year, we present 5 whose deep devotion to humanity and community embodies the words of St. Augustine. Find out how much God has given you, and from it, take what you need. The rest is needed by others. It is my privilege, on behalf of the Merrimack College and its trustees, to bestow the highest distinction of this institution on our honorary degree recipients. I ask Provost Alan Weatherwax to please escort the candidate forward.
President Hopi, Board of Trustees, may I present to you William Campbell for the honorary degree of Doctor of Science.
William Campbell, brilliant scientist, drug discoverer, Nobel laureate. As a boy at a boarding school in Northern Ireland, you were fascinated by biology. A parasite that causes illness in sheep became an early object of your studies. You could not have guessed this schoolboy interest would one day lead to your groundbreaking advances in attacking lethal diseases in humans, work that earned you the 2015 Nobel Prize in Medicine, and the gratitude of so many people around the world. The drugs you helped develop derived from bacteria that live in soil have essentially wiped out river blindness and shown great promise in treating other health threats. Your ingenuity in drug discovery has dramatically lowered death rates and reduced sickness in the poorest communities in Africa, Asia, and Latin America. You urged your employer, the drug company Merck, to make these treatments free, and it did. Your work has saved countless lives around the world, and it is clear why the Nobel Committee called the reach and impact of your research immeasurable. By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Merrimack College and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I hereby bestow upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Science with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. I ask Alfred Ossity, Vice Chairman of the Board of Trustees, to please escort the candidate forward.
President Hopi and members of the Board of Trustees, may I present Kenneth Cole to the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters.
Kenneth Cole, fashion industry icon, social activist, dedicated humanitarian. Since 1982, when you founded the fashion house that bears your name, you have been a creative force, designing and marketing footwear, clothing, and accessories. 4 times, Forbes has named your business one of its 200 best small companies in the United States. But while you help people look good, you are equally passionate about helping them do good. Your decades-long devotion to progressive causes has benefited AIDS research, the environment, equality, and the fight against homelessness. Your awareness line of clothing and accessories directs a portion of the profits to worthy causes, such as helping veterans transition into civilian careers. You serve as chairman of the board of AMAFA, which has presented you its Award of Courage. You have been named a UNAIDS Goodwill Ambassador to ensure that future generations continue your special brand of giving back. You have created the Kenneth Cole Fellowship in Community Building and Social Change at Emory University, your alma mater. Your life's work shows us again and again that the path we walk is far more important than the shoes we wear. By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Merrimack College and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I hereby bestow upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. Vice Chairman Ossity, will you please place on Dr. Cole the hooding signifying his doctorate as I present him with the diploma. Already on. Kenneth, thank you. I ask Trustee Leigh Slattery to please escort the candidate forward.
President Hopi, members of the Board of Trustees, I'm proud to present Michael Crow for the honorary degree of Doctor of Business Administration.
Michael Crow, entrepreneur, beloved benefactor, chairman of the board, proud son of Merrimack. In every aspect of your life, you give others a helping hand. As an entrepreneur and business leader, you have created countless jobs and changed lives. As an investor, you have mentored and guided many young entrepreneurs to find their passions and pursue their dreams. And you serve as a member of so many boards at nonprofit organizations such as Boston Children's Hospital. But nowhere is your support more generous than here at your alma mater. You are the chairman of our Board of Trustees. You and your wife, Carradine, serve as co-chairs of the Together for Good Capital campaign, the largest fundraising effort in the college's history. This campaign will help us make significant improvements across our institution in academics, buildings, athletics, student affairs, and scholarships. Your family ties to Merrimack become even deeper today as your daughter, Keelan, graduates as a member of the class of 2017. Your loyalty and generosity to this college have been truly transformational. By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Merrimack College and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I hereby bestow upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Business Administration with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. Trustee Slattery, will you please place on Dr. Crow the hood signifying his doctorate. I ask Trustee Karen Khalid Brown to please escort the candidate forward.
President Hopi and members of the Board of Trustees, I am very proud to present Mary Beth McGinnis for the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters.
Mary Beth McGinnis, attorney, longtime trustee, champion of Merrimack. A respected attorney and business owner here in the Merrimack Valley, you have served as a Merrimack College trustee for many years with integrity and distinction. Your love for Merrimack is apparent in all that you do in its behalf. You played a central role in the establishment of the O'Brien Center for Career Development, which helps our students build successful careers through experiential education, professional networking, and career counseling. Through your work with the O'Brien Foundation, you have also spearheaded the creation of Merrimack's O'Brien Foundation Scholarship Program, which connects its scholars with life-changing social justice and civil engagement opportunities throughout their four-year academic career. O'Brien scholars emerge as socially aware leaders eager to go out into the world and improve the lives of others. Our students are much richer because of your work. You not only expand the horizons, you give them the tools to act on their inspiring ideas for the future. We are deeply indebted to you for your service. By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Merrimack College and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I hereby bestow upon you the honorary degree Doctor of Humane Letters with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. Trustee Khalid Brown, will you please place on Dr. McGinnis the hood signifying her doctorate as I present her with a diploma. I ask Trustee Philip Ossity to please escort the candidate forward.
President Hopi and members of the Board of Trustees, I am proud to present the Honorable Martin Meehan for the honorary degree of Doctor of Public Affairs.
University President, Education Innovator, longtime public servant. You are a consummate servant leader. While still an undergraduate at UMass Lowell, you joined the staff of the Mayor of Lowell. You served the people of Massachusetts as an assistant district attorney, and then for 7 terms as a member of Congress. You are a hardworking and highly visible advocate for the Merrimack Valley, holding appointments to the Armed Services and Judiciary Committees. You returned to UMass Lowell to lead your alma mater as Chancellor, a position you held for 8 years. During this time, your institution rose to a top-tier national status, achieving notable gains in enrollment, student success, and fundraising. In 2015, you were inaugurated as president of the 5-campus University of Massachusetts system, the first undergraduate alumnus to rise to the presidency. You have a passion for proving education's capacity to change lives and strengthening communities. And you are bringing all of your energies to ensuring that Massachusetts Public Research University is well positioned to do just that. By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Merrimack College and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I hereby bestow upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Public Affairs with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. Trustee Ossity, will you please place on Dr. Meehan the hood signifies his doctorate. Please join me in a round of applause for all of our honorees. Class of 2017, family, friends, and guests, this is the moment for which you have been waiting and toward which you have been working these past several years. The reason we have assembled here today, I ask our Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Alan Weatherwax, to rise and come forward for the conferral of degrees.
The degrees will now be conferred in order. President Hopi, it is my privilege to report to you that the candidates here assembled and others have qualified in all respects for the degrees in course. They have successfully completed curricula offered by Merrimack College and have been recommended by the faculty to be awarded appropriate degrees in recognition of their academic accomplishments.
Dr. Sean Condon, Dean of the School of Liberal Arts, please present your candidates.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in the School of Liberal Arts please rise? Mr. President, I have the privilege of presenting the candidates who have qualified in all respects for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in the School of Liberal Arts.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. Please be seated. Dr. Isabel Tierney, Dean of the School of Education and Social Policy, please present your candidates.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science degree in School of Education and Social Policy please rise? Mr. President, I have the privilege of presenting the candidates who have qualified in all respects for the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science in the School of Education and Social Policy.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. Congratulations. Please be seated. Dr. Cynthia McGowan, Dean of the School of Science and Engineering, please present your candidates.
Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science in the School of Science and Engineering, please rise. Mr. President, I have the privilege of presenting the candidates who have qualified in all respects for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science in the School of Science and Engineering.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. Congratulations. Please be seated. Dr. Mark Cordano, Dean of the Girard School of Business, please present your candidates.
Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, please rise. Mr. President, I have the privilege of presenting the candidates who have qualified in all respects for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration in the Girard School of Business.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. Congratulations. Please be seated. Everyone, please join me in congratulating the class of 2017. I ask Dr. Jane Parent and Father Richard Payette to please come forward to read the names of the new graduates. Marshals, please bring forward the graduates so they may receive their degrees in course.
From the School of Education and Social Policy, Sabrina Marie Borka.
From the School of Liberal Arts, Elizabeth A. Barcombe.
James Patrick Buckley.
Shannon Jean Bartkus.
Haley Elizabeth Curie.
Angelica Bitto.
Anthony Vincent Delmonico.
Claire Blomberg.
Robert DeWolf.
Santino Brancato.
Kaylee Ann Finnegan.
John Robert Cerati.
Jillian L. Flowers.
Jenna Christine Coviello.
Clarence Albert Foreman V.
Keelan T. Crow.
Patrick G. Fulham.
Allison Davis.
Brendan Michael Galbraith.
Nicholas Davis.
Zachary David Grand.
Nicholas Evan DeFilippis.
Catherine Claire Hill.
Thomas Dowd.
John Hubbard.
Maura Catherine Doyle.
Cameron Knowles.
Nicole Noel Dupre.
Stephen Marcel Lovick.
Allison Lucia Fonseca.
Kiara J. Lowe.
Anthony Foreman.
Daniel Patrick Mahoney.
Matthew William Galveo.
Nadia Marie Mason.
Julie Maureen Joyce.
Corey Brian McLaughlin.
Jacqueline Victoria Keith.
Keith Izzy McNulty.
Nick Majewski.
Drew J. Mendes.
Brenna McDonald.
Zachary Stephen Mitchell.
Kelly Jo McClellan.
Carly Elizabeth Muscaro.
Angelica Medina Veras.
Zachary R. Newell.
Matthew James Moore.
Margaret Anna O'Brien.
Ryan Christopher Murphy.
Mark William O'Brien II.
Preston Perry.
Stephen T. Pelland.
Julia Louise Pierce.
Alexandra Marie Powers.
Kayla Marion Reagan.
Dana Marie Reisfelder.
Jenna Ann Rutke.
Cole Michael Ruley.
Heather Marie Shaka.
Savannah R. Shayers.
Sky Jean Stewart.
John Francis Walsh IV.
Megan Colleen Sweeney.
Kaylee Sandra Yuan.
Nora Kearns Woolley.
Jessica Sarah Brusso.
Gabriel Warsham.
Michaela Teresa Lanati.
Khalid Mansour Al-Swaidan.
Brittany Evangeline Shambo.
Joseph Paul Arena.
Megan Elizabeth Ackerman.
Paul Buckley.
Francesca Marie Akari.
Brendan Michael Ennis.
Emma Louise Bessman.
Linnea E. Hood.
Colleen Marie Bellotti.
Wissam Sammy Jalal.
Kelly Jane Bent.
Zachary McCurdy.
Victoria Ann Bethany.
Thomas Robert Meehan.
Nicole Barbara Bradley.
Brendan O'Brien.
Alexa Bernadette Brand.
Juwei Quinn.
Katie Elizabeth Brooks.
Andre Redkin.
Melissa Brown.
Brian Vandenacker.
Ashley Nicole Callis.
Jessica Sarah Brusso.
Brianna Doyle Columbus.
Brianna Byam.
Gina DeCecco.
Megan Kerrigan.
Sarah M. DiMartino.
Jacques Maurice Denault.
Olivia Ann Downey.
Jennifer Gray.
Allison L. Driscoll.
Victoria Marie Lambert.
Nicole Ann Fioraventi.
Rosemary Blanche Morton.
Charlotte Bose Fitzgerald.
Michael Joseph Ralphs Jr.
Skyla Lee Forend.
Brittany Evangeline Chambeau.
Shannon Marie Glynn.
Camille Springer.
Jared Gordonas.
Kylie Erin Stranahan.
Isabel Rose Gramolini.
Catherine Tenner Nortrup.
Sophia Marie Grayson.
Christopher Cameron Tolles.
Joanna Mary Haswell.
Michaela Marie Trent.
Marissa Herrera.
Fabian Amador.
Brenna Elizabeth Uther.
Derek Anthony DeCastro.
Melissa Jean Hewson.
Thomas Paul Drover.
Caitlin Isbell.
Victoria Ann Giannotti.
Louis Frederick Cass.
Kylie Mariah Curto.
Juliet Victoria Lafave.
Hannah Pinto Madigan.
Angela M. Longo.
Madison Lynn McMullen.
Alexandra Lee McFarland.
Rosalie Susan Moletti.
Molly E. Malowinski.
Gianna Patrice Pino.
Casey Rose Markrew.
Christopher J. Roosh.
Tiana Rose Mailer.
Patrick Michael Saunders.
Haley Marie McAuliffe.
Catherine Skotnicki.
Brianna Elizabeth McGowan.
Sue Ching Ung.
Jocelyn McLean.
Philip Harris.
Christy Lauren McNicholas.
Daniel Edward Buckley.
Danielle Marie Mullaney.
Madison Lober Cornell.
Allison Elizabeth Malloy.
Matthew Wallace Delaney.
Sarah E. Mulo.
Richard Robert Dufall.
Rachel Julia Murphy.
John Anthony Foilio III.
Olivia G. Nason.
Kevin Michael Gill II.
Brian O'Connor.
Stephen David Hanley.
Mackenzie Brianna Paluso.
Andrew J. LaFavor.
Ashley Maria Patton.
Samantha Ann Trant.
Jacinda K. Peterson.
David Thomas Wilson.
Liza Marie Perrault.
Max Hanlon.
Madison Elizabeth Piccoli.
Juliette Noel McCall.
Marissa L. Rainey.
Miriam Natalie Felitas.
Megan Elizabeth Ramsey.
Joseph Patrick Arthur Carlson.
Amanda Lynn Ryston.
Melissa Ann Locker.
Anastasia Elizabeth Rocker.
Megan Eleanor Mackin.
Livia Rosinski.
Sophie E. Staley.
Karina Melissa Sanchez.
David Angelo Jr.
Ali Nicole Silva.
Stephen Bork.
Abigail Jane Smith.
Wayne Todd Houston.
Emily Mala Stevenson.
Louis Stephen Guerrero.
Anna Elisa Swenson.
Jasmine Marie Garrett.
Rachel Louise Tassinari.
Matthew David Smith.
Ashley Lynn Tomich.
Joseph Carl Violet.
Agneres Teresa Vasquez.
Myasia Tiffany Alston.
Emily Joan Walsh.
Sydney Rayanne Battle.
Lauren Ashley Webb.
Jane Marie Chesley.
Megan Emily Bouchard.
Jeffrey Joseph Conley, Jr.
Jessica McDonald.
Amelia DiStefano.
Caitlin Marchino.
Christina Marie Dias.
Judith Ayala.
Kaylee Dietz.
Brielle Marie Beaudry.
Crystal Virginia DeMario.
Carrie Bernard.
Brittany Alexis Doherty.
Robert Diane Brooks.
Janelle Teresa Engram.
Sonia Consell.
Alicia Nicole Fortier.
Jillian Caniff.
Emily June Grimmer.
Victoria Chenard.
Samantha Faith Guerra.
Anne Catherine Champy.
Julia Louise Heffernan.
Rachel Angela Conant.
Savannah Johnson.
Cheryl A. Demerdochin.
Sarah Ann Hanishak.
Eileen Domitris.
Megan Rose Keenan.
Jessica Lee Fuller.
Sarah Lindsay King.
Deborah Goulet.
Megan Elizabeth Lacombe.
Jasmine Rochelle Grant.
Connor J. Lavery.
Carrie Harkin David.
Cassidy Ray Labert.
Brian James Henderson.
Eva Marie Mazzoni.
Sarina Hernandez.
Corey Ann McAvoy.
Kelsey A. Jewett.
Jordan Lee Millardo.
Lisa Ray Knowles.
Angela Pizzello.
Stephanie Marie Lane.
Samantha Saulnier.
Deanna LeBlanc.
Caitlin Sinclair.
Jacqueline Massey.
Jessica Late D'Almeida.
Yaneli A. Mercado.
Maria Grace Tajin.
Vanessa Judith Mercedes.
Jalen Thompson.
Norma Marie Montes.
Catherine Elizabeth Tobes.
Shakina Lee Moya.
Rebecca Wollaston.
Sarah E. Neely.
Mayuka Watanabe.
Nairobi Rosela Nunez Rodriguez.
Michael Nocera.
Maureen Onesimo.
Jacqueline N. Trotta.
Angie Pino.
Jared James Walters.
Caitlin Pires.
Amshala Gaure Dividkar.
Gwendolyn Ann Powers.
Colleen Finan Eglert.
Ashley Mary Santana.
Donald James Gibson.
Allison Marie Savari.
Rachel Catherine Palmer.
Lauren Sheffield.
Ruby Luz Vasquez.
Desiree Stella.
Stefan DaCosta.
Sarah Marie Sullivan.
Bella Lopez.
Lainey Ann Wright.
Olivia N. Boudreau.
Mary Ann Roman.
Michaela Teresa Lenade.
From the School of Science and Engineering. Tyler Joseph Andarad.
Christopher C. Harris.
Daniel Cooney.
From the Girard School of Business. Hope Elizabeth Barrow.
Aiden W. Sears.
Merlam Bergeron.
Robin Stanley.
Jamie Ann Bornstein.
Wei Young.
John Braga.
Jaiwei Zhu.
Olga Brayarova.
Adam B. Archer.
Samuel Upton Bryan.
David Lewis Baylott.
Nora Ann Brown.
Luke Blaser.
James Patrick Buckley Jr.
Corey Joseph Carmody.
Jonathan Patrick Cronin.
Alyssa Eaton.
Robert D. Crovo III.
Kelsey E. Harold.
Judy DeHady.
Molly Elizabeth Keith.
Scott Kenneth Draper.
Donovan James Kelly.
Cody Oliver Erickson.
Nicholas Kirkham.
Justin M. Flory.
Julie Nicole LaPage.
Matthew Eric Capelian.
Hannah Margaret Magerman.
William Kenny.
Emily Rose Morrow.
Timothy Joseph Cohane.
Tyler Anthony Makiro.
Monica Lorraine Lewis.
Richard Michael Rosal.
Denzel Thomas Livingston.
Sarah Weir Sparks.
Diana Martez.
Jordan Elizabeth Sullivan.
Kaylee Renee Miller.
Alexander Richard Tolomeo.
Peter Mondello.
Jenna Diane Vernelli.
Ijaz Magal.
Devin Elizabeth Broner.
Michael Robert Muniz.
Ethan Jeffrey Childs.
Kianel Perez.
Jacob Smith Cunnell.
Vincent Louis Poncia.
Carlo Joseph Cracchiolo.
Eric James Sousa.
Madison Scott Creighton.
Amanda Ann Torsha.
Brittany Alexis Doherty.
Rebecca Lynn Town.
Trevor Patrick Donnelly.
Jacqueline N. Trotta.
Samantha Jean Gagnon.
Derek Charles Wagner.
Shanice Jaslyn Kane.
Wendy Lynn Wheeler.
Ariana Nicole Kirby.
Anthony J. Antonetti, Jr.
Hannah Marie Lewis.
Tyler James Bergantino.
Emily Ray McLean.
Lauren Elizabeth Blazon.
Rosalie Susan Moletti.
Kayla Bucci.
Natlin Ramirez.
Stephen G. Camaro.
Coral Robinson.
Brian John Carroll.
Joel David Rosen.
Christopher Michael Cimino.
Holly Noel Scott.
Matthew George Clifford.
Suzanne Mohammed Shaheen.
Andrew Philip Cramp.
Amy Lynn Wengfeld.
Barbara De Almeida.
Joeria Hasib.
Kayla Peary.
Kristen Ellie Kazi.
Dylan M. Gagne.
Jasmine Tamalangsi.
Nicholas Gochis.
Colton Bernier.
Alexander Gorgoni.
Scott Joseph Bonfanti.
James Kendall Halloran.
Ryan Ernest Booton.
Zachary Taylor Hesketh.
Amy Burns.
Dalton J. Lavoie.
Alexander Kerrigan.
Daniel Vincent Lopret.
Vincent Michael Carlomagno.
Andrew Mancini.
Caitlin Michelle Couture.
Craig Maxfield.
James Daly.
Madison Michelle.
Nicholas Peter Dewhurst.
Nicole Sarah Monahan.
Casey Joseph Ferreira.
William C. Muldoon.
Gonji Gu.
Sean O'Neill.
Felipe de Silva Gumares.
Cameron J. Ritchie.
Stephen Thomas Hennessy.
Brianna Marie Roberts.
J. Tyler Jarose.
Andrew Robert Romans.
Philip Michel Jean-Baptiste.
Kevin C. Salos.
Calvin S. Joseph.
John Raymond Spencer.
Bangstrang Kuoi.
Emily Elizabeth Standish.
Stephen Michael Labrie.
Robin Stanley.
Ryan Andrew Lozinski.
Tara Noel Stuhler. I'm sorry,
Bradley
Stuer.
Michael Picard.
Paul David Sullivan Jr.
Josu Rose Maya.
Joshua Termini.
Anthony James Russo.
Kyle James Thomas.
Nicholas Brian Shaw.
Daniel Joseph Ulrich.
Matthew Gino Sweeney.
Brian M. Vandenacker.
Lena Lenore Toby.
Kelsey Gerard Walton.
Maynard C. Wheeler IV.
Samantha Madeline Waskowitz.
Caleb Matthew Brace.
Opemi Ivana Arueyingo.
Heather Lynn Larkin.
Lauren Elizabeth Bertoni.
Janelle Leon.
Hiron Brown.
Zongling Guo.
Riley Calzanetti.
Devin Ayers.
Jaime Cortez Torres.
Daniel J. Breen.
Maria Fernanda Gil Hurtado.
Christopher J. Dardunas.
Christopher J. Hines.
Matthew Edward Hamway.
Botang Jiang.
Anthony Joseph Ayoshua.
Lauren Elizabeth Kinsella.
Gavin Patrick Killo.
Brianna Elizabeth Lynch.
Michael Joseph Scapa.
Fran Mendoza.
Michael Joseph Doucette.
Grace Carolina Messina.
Nathan David Dubois.
Qin Ying Yang.
Thomas Lee.
Oscar Mario Zapata.
Dylan Leonard Rogers.
Claire Rose Alarud.
Santosh Srechta.
Allison Lee Anderton.
Faisal A. Ram Alamaji.
John N. Aria.
Abduluza Mansour Al-Swadan.
Charles Boisvert.
Fahad Abdullah Badri.
Joseph A. Briers.
Lindsay Page Blees.
Nicholas Cantarella.
Caleb Nathaniel Burke.
Samantha Colbert.
Rafael Ramos da Silveira.
Patrick Ryan Curtin.
Thomas Richard Dawson.
Arlindo Jose de Gama Bastos.
Philip Joseph Gilbride.
Caitlin Nicole DeBase.
Zachary B. Johnson.
Brendan Doherty.
Casey C. Miller.
Rachel Kate Ellenwood.
Nathan Michael Patch.
Thomas J. Farley.
Jorge Emmanuel Quinozes.
Kaylee Rose Forterero.
Brett Romkey.
David Foster.
Kyle Douglas Skay.
Joseph Anthony Fernare III.
Gongzi Sun.
Christopher Andrew Gerard.
Miguelito Vasquez.
Hillary Gonville.
Daniel Mark Wasson.
Zachary K. Gilmet.
Elizabeth R. Egan.
Hampus Gustafson.
Connor Burns Griffin.
Michael R. Hanna.
Ryan T. Martinez.
James Joseph Hook.
Marina S. Awad.
Ashlyn Jade Howard.
Joseph A. Bernardo Jr.
Jiwei Huang.
Christina Bertoles.
Rosanna M. Inirio.
Sherilyn Marie Bildstone.
Devontae Jones.
Emily Jean Calder.
Emily Teresa Keating.
Kathleen Noella Carney.
Ryan Michael Kobrensky.
Michaela F. Christie.
Megan Elizabeth Lacombe.
Chloe Lynn Fish.
Angelica Jade LeBlanc.
Joseph R. Fisher.
Harry John Kulega.
Catherine Grace Lane.
Christopher Arthur LeBlanc.
Alexandra Ann Leos.
Allison Rose Lewis.
Nicole Ann LaBelle.
Lisa Marie Liberty.
Christelle Madu.
Russell Clark McElhenney.
Samantha Elizabeth Monaco.
Caitlin Marie Magnano.
Carly Nicole Pedamonte.
Gunnar Lachlan McKegg.
Robin Marie Phillips.
Caitlin Rose McCauley.
Kathleen Sullivan Renzi.
Brendan Brian McGowan.
Julia R. Sugisi.
Cosette Amber Moore.
Caroline Teresa Urbanek.
Mark Morsky.
Desmond Christopher Bellanti.
Srelia Knopp.
Rebecca Catania.
Connor John O'Brien.
Cameron D. Sarsana.
Josepina Panulo.
Michael A. DeVito.
Joseph Peduto.
Kelly Ann Hurley.
David James Peterson.
Connor P. Kovacs.
Ryan Anthony Petroni.
Nick James Lamacchia.
Nicholas Joseph Pietchuk.
Tyler David Kagan Line.
Alina Lynn Porzio.
Amos Yori Muma.
Daniel Gregory Resop.
Shaya O'Rourke Nami.
Jean Reyes.
Carlos Peña.
Nicholas Rogers.
Dylan Uzibia Cancio Serra.
Gina Marie Russo.
Kyle Matthew Simmons.
Rose Saraceni.
Rafi Antonio Tejada.
Julie Spur Knight.
Chase A. Tucker.
Brittany Sullivan.
Eric Chulong Tung.
Eric Joseph Thorne.
Ashley Marie Whiting.
Mark Trohano.
Maxwell Allen.
Timothy Toller.
Sarah Ann Barnett. Kayla Eileen Bramente.
Brian Lawson Bekovich.
Jennifer Robin Kane.
Hannah Marie Walsh.
Angelica Lynn Calderon.
Richard John White.
Samantha Ray Cloutier.
Ryan Richard Wine.
Amanda Forte Cook.
Jessica L. Wrigley.
Matthew Michael Dinello.
Samantha Nicole Albano.
Dominic DeSisto.
Stephanie N. Barbagallo.
Courtney Lynn Dollaher.
Olivia Boudreau.
Sarah Elizabeth Duffy.
John Buscini.
Megan Elizabeth Gaida.
Brianna Michelle Butler.
Alexa A. Giannino.
Kelly Lynn Calder.
Alexandra Rose Harrington.
Megan Kerrigan.
Victoria Lynn Kasian.
James Timothy Clark, Jr.
Alexander Andre Kure.
Catherine Rose Cohen.
Jonathan Lation.
Deidre Collins.
Elizabeth Catherine Marco.
Christopher Paul Coveney.
Kayla Ann McClellan.
Antonio B. DiGirolamo.
Thomas Kevin Mulligan.
Jillian Roberts Dresser.
Daniel James Pasquale.
Cheyenne Lee Fitzgerald.
Caitlin Marie Piggott.
Joanna Nell Garrity.
Jacqueline Nicole Ruan.
Samantha Claire Jarvis.
Victoria Francesco Rinaldi.
Bianca Rose Gigoloni.
Josie Sanchez.
Amanda Gleason.
Chantel Marie Sayag.
Joseph Michael Greco.
Tamor Shake.
Jessica Alyssa Mary Hager.
Mariah Tani.
Brian Hall.
Daniel Edward Thising.
Shane Michael Hall.
Alana Nicole Veccarello.
Marissa Harrington.
Christian Timothy Veralt.
Michael Joseph Hurley.
Kiana Weary.
Melanie Judith Kavaloskas. Samantha Kelly. Tiana Renee Kibbe. Mackenzie Joy Kilmartin. Andrew Joseph Knightley. Jennifer Amaral Leandro. Hannah Marie Lee. Erica Nicole Lennon. Nicholas Dean Longo. Mary Rose Malian. Olivia A. Martin. Khalil Mata. Amanda Marie McKenzie. Lauren Joan Moran. Justin Zachary Mount. Justine Catherine Monroe. Corrine Lynn Painter. Morgan Lee Phipps. Olivia Jane Pink. Jake Allen Romano. Nathan Spielvogel. Olivia Mary Sullivan. Whitney Carolyn Torgerson. Thomas Ubaldino. Joseph Veloso. Kevin Thomas Viglarolo. Caitlin Virginia Wall. James Thomas Wegman. Carrie Wells Jowers. Megan C. Wiseman. Catherine R. Yellen. Ronji Zhao. Alexander Colin George Aline. John Bassett. Brandon Joseph Bongo. Austin Scott Bruno. Tamara LeRae Crow. Ryan David Fitzpatrick. Joshua Hill. Ryan William Janess. Darian Johnson. Jude Mario Josephat. William Enrique Alves Marsal. Hunter E. McCarthy. Brennan Morin. Kevin Ross Perdos. Anthony Joseph Taylor. Alicia Danielle Toy. Hao Yu Chie. Jonathan Kenneth Zeghibi. Chen Liang.
Congratulations, class of 2017. Please be seated. I ask Provost Alan Weatherwax to please come forward. Provost Weatherwax will preside over the tassel ceremony.
Graduates, please rise. And this will be your final test here. Please take your tassel in your left hand and move it from the right side of your cap to the left side. Congratulations. You are the newest members of Merrimack College's great and global community of educated men and women. Please be seated.
It is my pleasure to lead our alumni pinning tradition. I will be joined by student speaker Jenna Coviello and class marshal Samantha Waskowitz. I also ask the honorary degree recipients and their escorts to participate in the ceremony. Jenna and Sam, please join me. It is my great honor to welcome the class of 2017 to the Merrimack College alumni family. Today you join industrious, dedicated, and motivated leaders who have gone before you. I wish you great success and urge you to stay involved with the college. It is truly rewarding to be part of the future of this institution. Graduates, under your seat is an alumni pin card. Please pick it up. Under your seats. I know senior week wasn't that good, was it? All right. If you have your cards, please remove the pin and place it on the fellow graduate to your right, as Jenna and Sam and our honorary degree recipients and escorts will now demonstrate. This pin represents your accomplishments and the spirit of family here at Merrimack College. May you wear it with pride as you go out into the world. Congratulations, graduates. I ask Provost Alan Weatherwax to please come forward to preside over the awards ceremony.
I have the privilege of introducing this year's recipient of the Edward G. Roddy Jr. Outstanding Teacher of the Year Award. The recipient is nominated by both students, you, and peers. The Roddy Award is presented in appreciation of a professor's devotion to teaching excellence, care and concern for students, and a deep dedication to learning. It is named in honor of longtime professor and historian of Merrimack College. The recipient this year, and this is on a personal note, is someone that I've watched over the last year emerge just as an outstanding, I'm new here, and this person is an outstanding educator, caring individual, empathic. We are better at Merrimack for this individual teaching, and I deeply and sincerely mean this. So I am pleased to announce the recipient of Merrimack College's 33rd Annual Roddy Award to Dr. Douglas White.
Father Raymond DeLugos, please come forward to present the Merrimack Medal.
The Merrimack Medal is awarded to a graduating student who reflects committed and outstanding service to the college community throughout his or her undergraduate years. This year's recipient is an exercise science major in the honors program and a 4-year starter in varsity field hockey, helping her to lead her team to a pair of NCAA Final Four appearances. She has served as an orientation leader, a resident advisor, and a member of the Merrimack Outreach Experience community. She joined the 2016 Pellegrinaggio to Italy and was vice president of Merrimack's chapter of Love Your Melon. A veteran of several alternative service trips and a 5-week-long service learning experience in Cape Town, South Africa of her own devising, she intends to earn a master's degree in health science here at Merrimack and eventually to help the children of Africa through the Peace Corps. It is my great privilege to present the 2017 Merrimack Medal to Elizabeth Egan.
Thank you, Father Ray and Provost Weatherwax. Please join me again in applauding for our Merrimack Medal recipient, Liz Egan, as well as Teacher of the Year, Professor Doug White, for the outstanding achievements. I would like to thank Dr. Cole, Jenna, and all of our esteemed honorary degree recipients, members of the Board of Trustees, members of the faculty, and college leadership, as well as distinguished guests, parents, and families for being here today to celebrate the class of 2017. Graduates, you are entering a world of challenges and opportunities. Your commitment to lifelong learning and to serving others will be so vital as you go on to shape our community and our world. I know each of you will use your talents, your faith, your entrepreneurial spirit, and the education to which the ceremony attests to make a difference in the world. As you embark on your life's journey, remember the words of St. Augustine: don't settle for knowledge, move towards wisdom. I invite you to embrace your roles as Merrimack College alumni, and I encourage you to remain committed and active members of this family. Visit us often and help Merrimack achieve a new level of excellence. Remember, we are always here for you, and I know you will always be there for Merrimack. Congratulations to graduates and the best of luck in your future endeavors. May God bless you. I now turn the program over to the Chief Marshal, Dr. Josephine Monica Napolitano.
Will the commencement singers come to the stage and lead us in singing the Merrimack College anthem? Please rise. remain standing. Father Raymond Lugos will deliver the benediction.
May God, who has begun this good work in you, bring it to fulfillment in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Congratulations to all our graduates. Members of the audience, please remain at your seats until the stage party, faculty, and graduates have left the building. I would like to remind everyone that a reception will follow this ceremony at the Sackwich Campus Center. I now declare the 67th commencement exercises of Merrimack College officially closed.